Hi, this is Laura Holyoke, and I have some feedback for you based on your structural lens papers that I'm hoping you can incorporate for your trifocal lens papers. And yes, I do have a black eye. That's almost gone, so please forgive. So first of all, the papers should be in APA, and I've seen quite a few simple formatting issues, so I encourage you to look up the AOLL, which is Online Writing Lab, Purdue Online Writing Lab. You can type in AOLL, Purdue Online, it will probably get you there. And please pay attention to the following areas: the general format of APA papers, that I would like for you to include a cover page. You do not need an abstract for the lens papers. Please pay attention to in-text citations and how to do them, the reference list, and then also how to cite online lecture notes and presentation slides if you are citing me. Also, please note in your reference list, this is how you cite Bowman and Deal, and you can find that citation on your syllabus, first page. Some other issues that came up in the first lens papers. One of them is please note the importance of spelling your author's and your instructor's name correctly. My name is spelled Holyoke, and it is Bowman and Deal, and Bowman gets corrected in Word, so it's Bolman, and it's Deal. It's not just Bowman, but it's both authors. If you're going to use models, theories, things that I've talked about in my PowerPoints and talked about individuals or authors, you need to find the original people that came up with the model or theory if you're going to talk about it. If you're not quite sure, please contact me. When you are talking about the lens and giving an introduction in your own words, mostly in your own words to me means that you can still cite. Please do not use direct quotations. So as if you were introducing the lens to one of your friends, only a little bit more formal than that. Finally, please use direct quotations sparingly as you type your paper. One of Holyoke's pet peeves is when people start sentences with the word this and don't tell me what. So, for example, he tells Stanley he's playing, of course, and then when Stanley questions his assumption, Michael pretends he didn't say it. This seems to humiliate Jim in the process. I wonder what this is. In the second sentence, it's changed. So he tells Stanley he's playing blah, 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 blah. Michael pretends he didn't say it. This action seems to humiliate Jim in the process. That way we know what this is referring to. So one of the hardest pieces for people to do, and many of you did a great job on this, is to make sure that your lens paper is written objectively. So from an objective standpoint, statements look and sound like this. Ryan acts mostly as, it is feasible Dwight is trying to, Pam's reaction is to. So you're stating what you observe, not what you think happened, or making an opinion or a value judgment, which looks like this, which I pulled directly from papers. Michael believes, Jim did this because, Dwight's actions made Meredith feel, Michael loves the power that comes, Oscar hopes Dwight will be. Judgment statements look like this. Because of Michael's bad leadership, since Dwight is a wimp, Jim chose a terrible plan when, because he is very much, and Michael Scott's faults reflected. So again, objective statements. You can keep your opinions to yourself. You can state them out loud, but please don't write them. I think for most people, in terms of organizing your paper, please use headings as they are in the guidelines for the lens papers. So you may have a heading, that's the introduction to whatever lens we are on. Somewhere in that introduction, you should state what the purpose of the assignment is. Another heading could be a scenario overview or synopsis or explanation of the issue that you're going to talk about. And then one may be to apply and analyze. So I've included some examples here of each of these. What will you do in this paper assignment, or the purpose of this assignment is to. So 2 examples. 1, I first describe the approach used to perform this analysis through a human resource lens. 2nd, so this person is telling us first, second, third, what he or she is going to do. And the second one, this person is using French and Raven's theory of power to look at what's going on in the office. A lens introduction, mostly in your own words, but again with citations. Whoops. The human resource frame, also referred to as a trifocal lens, is comprised of 3 components: personal, family, organismic. The personal component focuses on, so you're going to tell us a little bit about what each is. And then this one went into, when covering, the personal view, oh my goodness, I can't talk here. Well, the personal view of the human resource trifocal lens focuses on this person. You can tell this is a transition sentence from the personal lens to the family lens. Sorry about that. Here's what an objective synopsis could look like. This person tells us the episode titled Basketball, in which Michael tries to generate excitement for the basketball game between the warehouse employees and the sales staff. The response is not enthusiastic. Again, this is what this person observes. He retorts they would follow him to the ends of the earth like that dwarf from Lord of the Rings. Dwight tells him the dwarf's name. And so, whoops, I don't know if you can, I don't think I can change this. You'll be able to see the entire paragraph in the PDF document. But this gives an example of something of a scene that this person is going to use for the rest of the paper. Okay, I think I have adjusted. Okay, I think I have now adjusted the screen so you can see all that is included. So here's an example of applying and analyzing. This person is talking about the structural lens. One vertical coordination issue manifesting in this episode was the use of authority. So this person states what he or she is going to talk about, gives a direct quote from, so it supports what this person is going to say, and then interprets it in the red. When authority is undermined or mismanaged, it leads to confusion, lack of respect, and lower morale. Then this person goes on to say what happened in the office, then goes on to say this behavior implies. So this person is then interpreting what this looks like because of how this person cited the literature. Goes on back to the literature to support again, and then explains that. So a lot of explaining, a lot of examples. So it's not just you saying this is a problem, but you're using the literature to support you. Here's another apply and analyze. The Scranton branch faces many upcoming issues. This is what this paragraph is going to be about. It says that there's a natural tendency for the staff and middle management to feel different pressures because of decisions of corporate. Citation, what does Michael do? It explains what this could be, and then also provides another citation. So for your reading pleasure. Here's another example using Bowman and Deal, the Arduous and Schoen, Model 1, Model 2. They talk about Model 1, what is it? They provide a citation, and then also talk about the outcomes of this model, and then as observed in the interactions, what happens there. What happens was Michael was unwilling to. This unwillingness was. So you can see how each sentence leads to the other one and the paragraphs tie together. You may want to think about in your HR trifocal lens You can use something like French and Raven's Bases of Power as your purpose for your lens paper. You could use Lencioni's 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. You could use any other group dysfunction. You could talk about the task and maintenance and what happens in the office. You could use Model 1, Model 2, the Johari window. The possibilities are endless, so please don't feel like you need to answer the questions that I gave you for the HR trifocal lens, but you could simply take different elements of the lens, an element, and apply it to a scenario, a scene in the office, or an issue in the office. If you do use one of these to analyze and apply, please ensure that you look up the original. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for your time today. Please let me know if you have questions that I can answer.